Hello guys, today we're going to talk about zoology, zoologist. Let's begin. So remember when you were 8 years old and you realized, I love these things, I want to be a scientist. You start watching wrestling and you're like, I want to be a superstar, I want to be a wrestler. And then you grow older by 10 years, by 9, you're like, no, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be a teacher. By 10, you're like, I want to be a scientist maybe or something. Or you come to 11 and your that thought is out of your mind. You come to 12, you're still not thinking about what's that in your mind. You come to 13 and all of a sudden at school the teacher says you have to give a presentation in 5 days of what you want to be when you grow up. As a 13-year-old kid, you're thinking, I'm 13, I don't know how to do these things. And yet you go on. You go do your research and you think back a bit. Scientist. Boom. You think, oh, but I loved animals that time as well. And I still do. I love how snakes slither. I love how lions roar. And here you go. Okay, yes, I'm going to study animals. Now you're thinking, there must be another fancy word because you don't want to sound unprofessional. You want to sound fancy. Go Google a fancy word for studying animals. You search and you read and you go zoologist, a zoologist, and you're like, yes, I'm gonna do that. That is who I am. That is me. So me, Clayton, here today is to guide you through those steps to think on your career day of what you wanna be. I'm a 13-year-old boy. I live here in South Africa. I know what it's like to struggle to think. What am I gonna be? I don't know. But the thing is, if you just think back to the times that you knew what you were gonna be, just think back to those times, and you will remember. Oh, but I wanted to do this. So, zoologist. Let's get to the point. A zoologist. What is a zoologist? What does a zoologist do? So you're thinking, oh, a zoologist. Okay, let's go. Zoologist, he studies animal behavior, he studies animals himself, and plus he also studies their physiology. He studies how the system of the animal works. He studies their food patterns. He studies the time where they hunt. He studies their vision. He studies the hearing. He studies everything. He studies how a snake slithers. Let's go for example. I'm a 13-year-old boy. I'm Clayton. I want to do zoology. I want to be something different from the rest. Everyone want to be scientists, lawyers, doctors, teachers, and I'm like, what can I do to be different? I want to be different. Go online, you search zoologist. You're a zoologist, and I'm thinking I'm different, but I don't know what a zoologist does. But you forget of your 8-year-old mind who knew a lot about animals. I'm here to give you a step-by-step guide of what a zoologist does. Let's go. He studies animals. Studying animals can mean different things, but we're focusing on one of those topics. He studies animals. There's 2 key words in that. One word. Studies animals. He studies animals. So you're thinking, oh, okay, that must be easy. I can Google a bunch of words. I can write it down. I can make a presentation about it. No, it's not that easy. We know a snake can slither. We know a snake doesn't smell with its nose. We know that. But there's depth into those things. Then you think, why does a snake slither? Why is it so slimy? Why when I touch a snake is it so slimy? And then you go on and you think, wait, I know these things. That's a zoologist. That's what a zoologist does. It does studying animals. It studies animals. She studies animals. Studies animals. So let's get into it. What else do we have? We have habitats. What's a habitat? What do I know about a habitat? Now, you're 8 years old. You don't know what a habitat is, but you know where the snake lives. the snake lives in this and this area. Let's take an anaconda for example. So habitats, what is a habitat? But then you think, when I was 8 years old, I remembered a habitat. Habitat. That sounds so a new word. But when your parents ask you, where does this snake live? Where does the anaconda live? Then you're quick to answer, jungle, swamp, there, this, that. Oh, now you're like, oh, a habitat. Then you go on. A habitat is where a snake, an animal, lives. That's a zoologist. He studies animals, he finds out their habitat. Physiology. Physical, you're thinking, physical? What is physical? Physical strength? Physical muscle? Physical body features? Physical? Or what is physical? Physical beating? No. Physical is the animal. So, physical. I am, in my physical human body, I have muscles, I have organs, I have a kidney. That's what physical in animal kingdom as well means. Have you not realized a gorilla, a chimpanzee, a monkey, just take any monkey for example, or as similar as a human, the zoologists, they find out that they are primates. Okay, new word. What is a primate? A primate is animal closest to a human. That's in my own words. I'm trying to avoid plagiarism here. So we're going on. Exactly, we know these things. But where do we come with this interest? Why do I want to be a zoologist? Is it because I want to be different? Or is it because I love it? And there comes the question, am I different? Or do I love zoology? And you going online, you searching, and you think, I don't need these sources. I can figure this out by myself. You start small. You study a bird. Bird has wings, it has feathers, it has a beak, it has 2 legs, it has 3 toes with sharp nails. You study small things like that. You start to get more creative. You expand your imagination. What is inside that bird? That's a zoologist. How can I find out what is in this bird? We have this thing called the internet nowadays, which is so easy that we can just go on and we can search what is in this bird. Now you do your research and you go, what is in a bird? What organs does it have? That's a zoologist. He doesn't need to go online. Zoologist takes time. It's so quick and easy nowadays to just type and oh, this is what it is. I am a zoologist. No. Zoologists take a course, a very long course, to get these subjects and these things in rack for them to know what is inside a bird. They might not know the first 2 months, they might not know the first 6 months, but they go on and they realize, but this is what I love. Why am I struggling? You, as a child, you love animals. You want this. You look at it and you're like, this is me. I am the person they will call the greatest zoologist of all times. Now, there's other zoologists. There's different types. We have the photograph. They take videos and National Geographic. They do that. They search, they take videos and they do research, step-by-step guides on what is animals, why is animals, where do they come from. That's a zoologist. They are as well teaching you as a young brain to expand your brain power to know, yeah, but that's me. I am a zoologist and I am who they will say is the greatest zoologist of all time. Thank you. That's it for today. I am Clayton Frahom, reporting from my living room. Goodbye.